who ruled the 1980s NFL. Montana, Rice, Taylor, Elway, the 1980s were a golden era for the NFL, and for players stand out as true icons: Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, Lawrence Taylor, and John Elway. These legends weren't just part of the game, they were its defining forces. Montana's cool, clutch performances in the Super Bowl, Rice's unmatched receiving records, Taylor's disruptive force on defense, and Elway's ability to win when it mattered most reshaped the NFL. But the question remains, who truly had the greatest impact? Was it Montana's Super Bowl victories, Rice's career stats, Taylor's defensive dominance, or Elway's late-game heroics? This rivalry between these giants not only captivated fans, but also left a lasting legacy on the sport. In this deep dive, we'll explore their fierce competition, game-changing strategies, and compare their greatest performances to determine who truly ruled the 1980s NFL. Get ready for a trip back to the most intense and exciting era in football history. The rise of NFL legends, Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, Lawrence Taylor, and John Elway, the 1980s, was a decade that redefined the NFL. And the players who emerged during this time became icons in their own right. Among them, Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, Lawrence Taylor, and John Elway are still regarded as some of the greatest to ever play the game. Each brought a unique element to the field, shaping their teams and the entire league. Joe Montana, the quarterback, with the calmest demeanor under pressure, led the San Francisco 49ers to 4 Super Bowl victories in the 1980s, earning him the nickname Joe Cool. Jerry Rice,
I would like to be the all-time receiver,
set numerous records with his precise route running and incredible work ethic, making the 49ers offense virtually unstoppable. On the other side of the ball, Lawrence Taylor, with his relentless pass rush, revolutionized the linebacker position and struck fear into opposing quarterbacks, particularly with his dominance on the New York Giants defense. Finally, there's John Elway, whose powerful arm and leadership on the Denver Broncos made him a constant threat, especially in clutch moments. These legends didn't just play the game, they changed it, and their rivalries both on and off the field sparked unforgettable moments throughout the 1980s. Their rise to prominence was just the beginning of an epic showdown that would leave a lasting legacy in the NFL. The rivalry begins. Key matchups and moments that defined an era. The rivalry between Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, Lawrence Taylor, and John Elway didn't just unfold in isolated incidents. It was the backbone of the NFL during the 1980s. Each of these legends faced off in numerous pivotal games, and the results left an indelible mark on both their careers and the league's history. One of the most memorable matchups occurred in the 1985 NFC Championship game, where Montana's San Francisco 49ers clashed with Taylor's New York Giants. Taylor's ferocious pass rush put immense pressure on Montana, but Joe Cool remained unflustered, leading the 49ers to victory. This game was a perfect example of how Montana's calmness under pressure could overcome Taylor's relentless defense. Then there's the 1989 Super Bowl, where Montana, alongside Jerry Rice, faced off against the Cincinnati Bengals. Rice's remarkable 11 catches for 215 yards and a touchdown showed why he was the most reliable receiver of his time. That same year, John Elway and the Broncos were crushed by the 49ers in Super Bowl 24, which was a devastating blow to Elway's early career. This Super Bowl highlighted the gap between the 49ers' complete team performance and the Broncos' struggles. These games were just the tip of the iceberg in the rivalry between these legends. Each time they faced off, the stakes were higher, and the NFL world watched in awe as these 4 players defined the 1980s. Game plans. How these legends approached their roles. What truly set Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, Lawrence Taylor, and John Elway apart wasn't just their raw talent, it was how they approached the game. Each player had a unique strategy, mindset, and preparation that made them dominant in their respective roles. Let's break down how these legends prepared for battle each week. Joe Montana's game plan was built on his ability to stay calm under pressure and make quick, decisive decisions. His West Coast offense under coach Bill Walsh revolutionized quarterback play. Montana wasn't about deep bombs or flashy moves. He relied on short, precise passes to methodically march his team down the field. His ability to read defenses and adjust in real time made him a master of the 2-minute drill, which allowed him to lead the 49ers to 4 Super Bowl victories without a single loss. Jerry Rice, on the other hand, was a product of an unmatched work ethic and discipline. His game plan was simple: outwork everyone. Rice wasn't just an exceptional receiver, he was an absolute student element of the game. He ran precise routes, knew how to create separation, and had a knack for making big plays in critical moments. His preparation involved intense training sessions, where he honed his footwork and timing with Montana, ensuring their connection was nearly flawless. Lawrence Taylor's strategy on defense was based on disrupting the opposing offense. Taylor changed the way the linebacker position was viewed. Known for his ferocious pass rush and ability to force turnovers, he often took over games with his speed and unpredictability. Taylor's primary focus was on getting to the quarterback, which he did with unparalleled intensity. His ability to read offenses and use his speed to make tackles in the backfield was a constant headache for quarterbacks, especially those who were trying to execute quick passes. Finally, John Elway was a quarterback known for his raw physical talent, combined with a fierce competitive drive. Elway's game plan was all about big plays, whether it was a deep throw or a gutsy run. His ability to make plays on the move, extend plays outside the pocket, and execute clutch performances in the fourth quarter became his trademark. Elway's preparation was centered around mental toughness. He believed that when the game was on the line, he would rise to the occasion, and more often than not, he did. Each player's game plan was different, but their collective ability to execute under pressure and perform in critical moments set them apart as true NFL legends. The impact of their rivalries on the NFL, legacy and influence. The rivalries between Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, Lawrence Taylor, and John Elway didn't just define the 1980s. They shaped the future of the NFL. Each of these players left a legacy that extended far beyond the stats, influencing both the game on the field and the culture of the league. Joe Montana's legacy is built on his unparalleled success in high-pressure moments, particularly his 4 Super Bowl victories with the 49ers. Montana proved that a quarterback's ability to stay calm and execute in the clutch was just as valuable as physical talent. His leadership and postseason success set a standard for future quarterbacks, influencing the likes of Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. Jerry Rice, as the best wide receiver of all time, raised the bar for all pass catchers. His work ethic, precise route running, and consistency inspired generations of receivers. Rice's records, including most career receiving yards and touchdowns, remain a benchmark in the league, forcing future generations to push themselves further. Lawrence Taylor revolutionized the linebacker position, turning it from a supporting role into a game-changing force. Taylor's dominance altered offensive game plans around the league and showed how defense could win championships. His impact on defensive play, especially his ability to pressure quarterbacks, influenced the development of pass rushers for years to come. John Elway brought toughness, mobility, and a never-give-up mentality to the quarterback position. His performances in the postseason, especially his ability to lead late-game comebacks, set the standard for clutch quarterbacks in the NFL. Their combined influence helped elevate the NFL to new heights, creating a blueprint for future players to follow and ensuring that their legacies endure to this day. Who was truly the greatest? Comparing their performances and achievements, when it comes to determining who had the most significant impact on the NFL during the 1980s, it's nearly impossible to choose just one. Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, Lawrence Taylor, and John Elway each dominated their respective positions and led their teams to greatness in different ways. Joe Montana's cool-headed approach to postseason football, leading the 49ers to 4 Super Bowl victories without a loss, sets him apart as the ultimate quarterback of his era. His legacy isn't just in the wins, but in how he redefined what it meant to perform under pressure. Jerry Rice may have been the most consistent and durable player of the group. His work ethic and unmatched ability to make plays, combined with a career that stretched across decades, made him the most dominant receiver the game has ever seen. Lawrence Taylor, meanwhile, transformed the linebacker position, making it one of the most feared spots on the field. His ability to disrupt offenses and change the course of games with his defense is something few have replicated. Finally, John Elway, despite not having as many championships, will always be remembered for his incredible resilience and knack for making magic happen when the game was on the line. So, who was the greatest? It depends on how you measure greatness. Was it Montana's calm in the storm, Rice's record-breaking consistency, Taylor's game-changing defense, or Elway's ability to carry his team? Each of these legends holds a unique place in NFL history, and their rivalry remains one of the most fascinating stories the league has ever told. If you enjoyed this breakdown of the NFL's greatest legends from the 1980s, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into football history. Let me know in the comments, who do you think was the greatest of these 4? Or maybe you have a different legend in mind. Until next time, stay tuned for more fascinating NFL stories and analysis. Thanks for watching.